All right, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. So today we're going to speak about a transfer news that just been reported. Dušan Vlahović um, on his way, possible. It could be transfer rumors as well, but the news are out now that Dušan Vlahović is on his way or in the movement of getting himself on the transfer market, or also in getting himself acquainted with Arsenal. Mikel Arteta seems like he's interested in this one. Also, Edu. Today we're going to speak about what he has to offer, his style of play can suit Arsenal, and is he the right transfer for Arsenal? He's basically a striker, someone who will be looking for to replace Arteta. But let me get into a bit of details about the player. Also, let me get into the article that broke the story as well. So, story came out on newsnow.com, and let me get into it. Arsenal very much in the picture for summer. 21-year-old described as a treasure. They say it's a treasure. Dušan Vlahović has been a regular feature in the Italian rumor mill in recent weeks, with a growing number of clubs being linked with the Fiorentina player. Now, the paper reported that one side are keen, and there are 5 who are most active on the case. Arsenal named amongst one of those 5 players. HJ90, massive respect, HJ90. Just seen the reports. You can go and research it for yourself. I've just seen the report. So, an Arsenal in one of them. Joining the Gunners are RB Leipzig, AC Milan, AS Roma, and Atletico Madrid for the striker. Vlahović is described as a treasure for the Florence club, and he said its value cannot be estimated. The Syria side wouldn't want to sell a 21-year-old in the summer window. However, tough finances in the current football world could change things. Now, the striker moved to Fiorentina from the Partizan in 2018, and this season has seen him produce performances and statistics which are catching attention around Europe. In 27 Serie A matches, he scored 12 goals and added 2 assists. Arsenal interest is likely to be dependent on what happens with Alexander Lacazette in the next market. The Frenchman has been linked with several clubs, including in Serie A, and should he leave London club, then it'd be a gunner soup for the Serbian likelier. So definitely, it'd definitely be a sub for Alexander Lacazette. So as you guys can see, we're going to go into his details, what he has to offer for Arsenal. I'm not just going to read you the transfer market news, the rumors that have been popping out. I'm going to get into the player, let you guys get a better understanding of who this player is. So let's go over to SofaScore. Let's get into the player's details. So he's currently playing for Fiorentina, nationality Serbian, as you guys can see. Born on the 27th of January 2000. He's 21 years of age, height 1.9 meter, 190 centimeters. So he's relatively tall. I assume that his physique would be suited for the Premier League as well as a lone striker. And we all know that Mikel Arteta is looking for players who can hold up the ball and play in those integral passes. So let's see if he can contribute to that aspect of it as well. So let me get into a little bit more details on the player himself. So his preferred foot is left-footed, position strike forward, number 9. Where's the number 9? So let's get into his statistics, the statistical aspect of his game. He's ranked 69 in attack, 45 in technical ability, 48 in creative ability, defensive ability is 11, and tactical aspect of his game is rated at 32. Strengths, no outstanding strengths. Weakness, ball control, ground duels, also passing. These are areas that he can work on, and his current market value is 15.5 million euros. So, massive respect. We'll do that, Mr. Primo. You can go and just type it in on Google. You can type it in on Google and maybe like one of those games. I would watch some of his YouTube camps. I thought I watched it on Total Sport Tech. Was one of the games that I watched. Okay, so as you guys can see, his previous 5 games, as stated here, you can see his ranking 6.5, 6.9, 6.66, 9.2, and 6.7. So relatively in the okay region for a young striker, and I think that this is something that he can grow on. Much respect, Mr. Prima Vision. Much respect. So as you can look at his heat map, this is his 2021 heat map for the Serie A this season. So these statistics that I'll be reading out are from the Serie A this season. I'll get into more details on what other things he's doing in other competition. So for a 21-year-old, he has played significant amount of football game. Also started significant amount as well, completing a lot of minutes. Total games played 27. He started 24 times. Out of that, minutes per game, 75 minutes per game, which means that he's almost completing these games. Team featured in Team of the Week once. He has 12 goals, scoring frequency 170 minutes per goal. I think he can work on that. So basically, almost every 2 games, he scores a goal. Goals per game 0.4. As I said, every 2 games, he scores a goal, which means basically that's almost half of the goal ratio. So you guys have understand what I'm saying. So shots per game 1.9, basically 2 shots per game. I think that is something that he has to increase on based off the position that he plays as well. Big chances missed 12. That is relatively okay. He's a striker. They will miss big shots, but I would love to see him minimize those big chances, at least cut it in half and put away half of those. Now let's get into his passing statistics, and these are some of the areas that Mikel Arteta would be fancying because we like our strikers to have the touch and go ability. So passing, he has 2 assists, touches total per game 29.5 touches per game per 90. Key passes, three key passes per 90, which is really good as well. Accurate passes per game, 10 accurate passes per game, 67% completion. I think he can work. That definitely would need some working on. Accurate passing in his own half 3.3 at 74% accuracy. That also needs some working on. He's young, so I think he will definitely grow. Accurate pass in the opposition half 6.7 at 60%. That is really good also. That is really good also. Let me see. So let's go again. Accurate long ball 0.3 at 58% completion. Really good as well. Accurate chip passes 1 per 90, which is accurate, really accurate. Accurate long ball 1 per every 90, which is 100%. Both chip and long balls are at 100%. Not relatively known for making crosses. That has a lot to do with where he plays. I won't get into his defensive stat because I don't like to judge a striker based off defensive stat. Yes, those things are a plus, but I don't like to judge him because of that. Let's get into his other statistics, which are his successful dribbles 1 per 90 at 100% completion. Total duels 4.5 per 90 at 56% completion, really good. Total ground duels 2.5 per 90 at 56% completion. Aerial duels 2 aerial duels engaging per 90 at a 57% completion. I think those are things for his figure for a player who's over 6 foot tall. I think he has to work on the aerial duels because we will need to win those headers, score goals, also to contribute defensively as well. So those things are needed. Possession loss 7 times. That I think that is overall. Maybe it's that per 90, but that is something that I have no problem with. He's a striker. He won't dominate all the time, and he will. So fouls 1.5. Was fouled 1.5. Also offside 1.5 per 90, which means he can time his run really well. No yellow card, no red card, no second yellow leading to a red, which means that he's a disciplined player. His SOFA score rating at this point in time is 6.84. Definitely he has a lot to work on. So his SOFA score rating for the Serie A is 6.81. For the UEFA Nation League, 7.03, which means that he's doing better right there. For the World Cup qualifiers, 7.05. Also, somewhere else he's doing really good. And for Coppa Italia, 6.60. So these are areas that he can really work on getting better. So I won't get into much more details about this particular player. Let me see if I could maybe run a small note on the. So his last two World Cup qualifiers games was again. The last game was against Portugal, where he ranked 6.8, which is relatively good as well. But that's not what I wanted to go on. I want to go into let me see, Cup games. Yes, Superliga. Let's get into a cup game. Let's see how well he's doing in cup games. Well, that's a long time ago. So, all right, so I think that is it. Definitely that is it. So, what personally I think that for his age and his output, his goal scoring output, I think he's doing well in regards of his goal scored output right now, and definitely he's only going to get better. And I think that he has a lot to offer, playing 27 games, which means that he's consistently fit. Starting 24 of those, I think based off the heat map, we could get more work from him. As you guys can see from the heat map, he has done a lot of work inside of the 18-yard box. It's really, really dense, and that is really, really good for a central striker. You can definitely see that he tends to come deep every now and then. If you should look at exactly in the halfway line at the center circle, you'll see a bit of a bit of intensity right there. So it could be the kicking off of the game, but I think that he has a lot to offer. And moving forward, I think this is a player that Arsenal definitely can go forward and get. And thank you very much, people. So hopefully you guys hit the like button. Much appreciated. Let's see if this can work out. Dušan Vlahović. Let's see if this can come through for Arsenal. If it can, or if it can, or if it cannot. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. This has been Military Guna TV. Massive respect for you guys. See you again, and I am out.